Honey, listen. Are y'all in the room? Make sure you guys are coming into the video. You're liking up the video. Let me tell y'all something. I had to hop on out here because we had to talk about some
Mm.
stuff, okay? Give me 1 second, but we are going to
Honey,
talk
listen.
about.
Are y'all
Let
in
me
the
go ahead
room?
and mute this. Um, there we go. We have to go ahead and talk about this episode, okay? Because it was an interesting one for sure, and I just have to come and I have to chit chat about it, real quick, like for the people that is here, okay? I know this is Housewives Night or whatever the case is, but we are indeed going to get into some things, and I do have my notes up here. It was a real long episode, it was like an hour and a half long, but we're gonna get into all of it like it's my normal review. Like I said, make sure you guys are coming into the video. You're liking up the video and all that good jazz. Let the people know that we're live, okay, by liking the video. And just supporting the channel in general, okay, supporting the video. So shout out to you guys. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all here with me, and I do appreciate it. So we're gonna talk about this latest episode. The ending of this episode was everything. I was not expecting. Well, I wasn't sure how they were going to do it, but some part of me knew that they were going to, at some point, have the Islanders make a decision on who they wanted to go home. When she told Taylor to come to the front, I knew what it was going to be. When she told that man to come to the front, I was like, yup. I said, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. They finna have to choose. And I had already said earlier today under their first look post on Instagram, I already knew it was gonna be Taylor. I'm sorry, not Taylor, but Charlie. Spoiler alert for the people that haven't seen it yet. But when they dropped like two different first looks, and the second one they dropped was the one where we saw everybody crying. And I said, "Ooh," I said, "Honey," I said, "This is given by Charlie." Because typically, how it works in Love Island land, people are likely going to keep the folks that they have been in the villa with since the beginning. So I knew chances were very high. First of all, I knew Taylor wasn't going nowhere. I knew Taylor was not going anywhere. And I was like, well, when it comes to Huda, potentially, right? We shall see. I'm thinking it may be more girls. So I figured, it's a little iffy, but I was like, chances are they ain't gonna want to feel like they betrayed Jeremiah. So, yeah, she's gonna be around. But anywho, baby, oh, like Huda's reaction was everything. It was all that I wanted it to be and more. But before we really get into it, because I'm gonna have more to say about that once we get there, I want to start to the top at the top of the episode, y'all. So just follow me, okay? So Hannah and Pepe, so they return. They trying to act all normal because y'all know she was over there kissing on that man in the speakeasy, and y'all know she's referring to the speakeasy as her new kissing booth. The actions of Hannah. I'm not sure how old Hannah is, but she definitely gave childish young girl just a little bit. Although at the same time, I kind of understood her exploring her options because that is what she's there for, right? But it was just something about it. It was giving little girlish. Like and I'm not gonna even hold y'all. When her and Pepe would be kissing, I would fast forward their scenes, especially when they up there in Soul Ties. I think they went up to Soul Ties two different times where they was over there. Fast forward, baby. Matter of fact, I fast forward between her and Pepe and her and Charlie. Like fast forward. Like why are we giving them so much camera time? Why they up here kissing on each other? I don't give a damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fast forward. So Nick told him, trying to be funny, like, yo, you got some on your lip. Yo, you got some lipstick on your lips or your face or your makeup on you or whatever. And so I felt like he was joking, and Nick did confirm that he was joking. And she kind of laughs at it or whatever. And Pepe walks off, and then Austin walks off. Austin walks over there to his bestie, Charlie, to let Charlie know what was going on. Meanwhile, Shelly and Charlie are still having a conversation where she's trying to convince Charlie to not really be pressed about whatever it is Hannah is over there doing with old boy. Y'all, whole time, whole time, Charlie should have been worried. Charlie should have been worried, and Charlie was worried, okay? Now he's over there sitting with Shelly and everything, and this is where Austin act like he was annoyed with Hannah because he don't like her laugh. That's what he said. And I'm like, Austin, little do you know, we don't like you, baby. No, we don't. And if you really want to get technical with it, if you really want to get technical with it, we really should have sat up there and put Shelly with motherfucking Pepe. To be honest, we should have put Shelly with motherfucking Pepe. And that way, you and Austin, you and Charlie could have switched places to be, we could have got you to fuck about it. That's what we should have did, America. We weren't as strategic as we really could be. We went off of who we saw this person interact with when really we could have chose whoever the fuck we wanted to choose for them. because they gave us the options to choose any woman. We could have been a bit more strategic than that. We did all that hooping and hollering, all that rah, 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 saying that we was going to get Austin the fuck up out of there, and we didn't do it. So we gotta tighten up. We have to tighten up. We gotta tighten up just a little piece more, okay? Now let's keep going. Because Hannah over there telling everybody how she made the speak easy her makeout room or whatever the case was, and then Charlie walks up, pulls up on Hannah trying to see what's going on, want to pull her for a chatty patty waddy, and she ready to tell him everything, but at the same time she's laughing. And let me flash to the ending real quick, because BITCH, you was sitting over there doing all that laughing, girl. Remember that? Well, really, she wasn't laughing. She was grinning when they made the decision on who she was going to be coupled up with or whatever. She was biting her lip, trying not to bust out laughing. Like, oh my God, like, we just had a really good conversation. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind exploring this just a little piece. But oh my God, yeah, until it got real on your ass. Yeah, girl, y'all did that. Y'all did what y'all needed to do on this episode, baby. Yes, y'all did. Let's keep going. So then, she's over there talking about it. Okay, she thinks that it's funny because she's like, I want to tell you everything. You really want to let you know. I want you to know what I was doing. I was lip locking, pop locking, and dropping it. I wanted you to know that. Anywho, so she tells him, and she said she'd be lying if she said that she wasn't feeling him, because she really was. Okay, so she was intrigued by Pepe. Now, meanwhile, you got Olandria, right? Olandria says that she wants to be a fly on the wall with everything that's going on, but then she was like, well, did she really do anything wrong? Because we really are on week 2, so it's not like she's doing anything wrong. If we need to be exploring our options and stuff, like, I don't really see where she's done anything wrong. And Nick was like, well, would you have felt that way if I would have kissed Iris? And I'm like, what the hell? What are you talking about? What? Why are you saying that? Did you say that because you're a guy? So if the roles were reversed type thing, she may have felt the same way. She may have felt the same way, because I feel like even when Sierra was wanted to crash out, when you was just having a conversation with old girl, I think they've had to calm Sierra down just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I really like Sierra, okay? I really do like Sierra. I like Sierra more than I like Huda. But what I will say is, hey, listen, what goes around comes around, right? You came in, bombshell, blew up somebody else's relationship, so it happens to you. Shoulder shrug, honey. Okay, it is what it is. So Nick says that Nick says again for the second or third time that, I'm sorry, not Nick. I keep mixing Austin and Nick up, but I know who I'm thinking about in my head, and y'all do too if you watch the episode. But Austin is over there saying for the second or third time that he feel like he's pulling back subconsciously from Shelly. He said it about 2 or 3 times that he feels like he's pulling back, but this time it's subconsciously that he's pulling back, okay? And he wants to know where her head is at. And she says that she's been enjoying getting to know Ace because he doesn't because he does the things that she likes. Like, he's spontaneous, he's trying to plan things. Like, she likes stuff like that. He's been, I guess, somewhat romantic or whatever the case is when it comes to Shelly. So she likes that. I'll be honest, watching them have their conversation back and forth, I was like, Shelly, free this man. Free this man, baby. Please free him, because I want him to free himself. Like, I don't believe that Austin is into Shelly at all. I think Austin does not have his actual interest there. So he's just riding the wave with Shelly. I also feel like Shelly, in my personal, is doing the same exact thing with him, because Ace is going to blow whichever way the damn wind blows, okay? That's what's going to happen. So whichever way Ace goes, it's likely not going to be her way, because her and Ace end up having yet another conversation. Okay, so let me my computer's freezing up just a bit. So let me go back. Okay, yeah. So Austin says that all he hears is Ace and Shelly, Ace and Shelly. And I say, yeah, you keep hearing that, and it's bothering you because you cannot compete where you cannot compare. And that is what's going on with you at this particular time. Okay, you know that you cannot compare to Ace, right? So Shelly says that Ace had, they have good chats, and he's spontaneous, thoughtful, all of that. And she questioned if she and Austin will ever get to that place. Y'all, Shelly about that, girl. Shelly, you going down a little bit for me, baby. Yeah, you kind of went down. Olandria is all the way at the top for me. I'm talking about at the point. I'm sick of the somewhat of a three-way between Shelly, Austin, and Ace. I feel like Austin, you know what it is. This woman legit doesn't even let you really kiss her. It's giving kiss on the cheek. It's giving hugs. It's giving friendship coupling. You like, sir, she literally told this man to come lick it off her, or at least asked him if he wanted to lick it off her. He said yes, like a little puppy, walked over there and licked on the master for sure. Yeah, she never asked you to do no things like that. It's not giving what you think, love. I can't. So she says Austin acting defeated, and that right there makes her feel depleted, okay? Because she don't have the time to sit up there and reassure you all the motherfucking time. I said, nah, girl, I'm with you on that. But part of that is your fault. Because I feel like if you're not reassuring him, you're somewhat, you know, petting him just a bit. You're doing something for him to kind of feel like, okay, maybe this is still a chance here, possibly, even though I feel like he's acting and it's really giving, let me just stay over here where it's safe at. And she's doing the same thing. So she does say that she loves Ace's confidence, though, because at the end of the day, Ace don't give a damn who you is or what you got going on, okay? That confidence is everything to her. So I was just like, girl, just tell Austin to get the hell on, that you're not interested, so we can move on. Okay, thank you. So Jeremiah and Huda. Jeremiah questions her about whether she brought up the whole pancake situation or whatever to push him away. And she says, it wasn't about pancakes. You're missing the point. He says, no, I get your point. She's like, no, you're still missing the point. So she's cutting him off. I'm just like, Huda, baby. Huda, Huda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, her. She is so annoying. When I tell you, I really wanted her to go home, but I knew it was gonna be Charlie. I already said that earlier today. I said Charlie's going home, but Huda, I wanted her to go. It would have been a joyous occasion to watch her walk out of the villa and her having to watch from home Jeremiah make connections with other women. Okay? Child, she was mad with America, honey. She was ready, girl. She about to call all of us a bitch. Okay, I'm sure it was a million voters, and each one of us was bitches. I'm sure. Okay, but anywho, so she's over there cutting him off, and she cuts him off and says that she was expecting him to pretty much put in some effort that day. So he rolling his eyes like, "Girl, what the fuck?" Like what? He says he feels like he's being tested, and she acts like she's in hell or whatever, and he feels like what happened today shouldn't have done that much damage to where they're at this particular place. So they both agree to keep trying or whatever the case is. So they moving forward. But of course, she has to ask him about his chat with Iris because she felt like he was damn near doing a happy dance once they finished talking. That's what she said. So he says he told her that, they may have had a rough morning or whatever, but that's my girl. So Huda was like, what did you say? Now, y'all, I'm thinking when she says this that she's talking about the fact that he referred to her as his girl to Iris. No, y'all. This was mad because the man told the lady that they had a rough patch that morning. I said, girl, you mad at that? You're being recorded on television. Everybody's seeing what the hell going on, and she already saw a little piece before she even entered the villa. But okay. So she said she was talking about him mentioning their issues. She tells him he is to never ever, he's never supposed to bring up any of their problems. She says she doesn't know the BIT. Here she go. I don't know the BITCH, and she's you're never supposed to bring up no issues about what we got going on to her. I don't know the bitch. I said, if y'all don't help this woman and release her of this island so she can go home and have peace before she break out in hives. Okay, so anywho, it is giving controlling very much, but unfortunately, I do feel like Jeremiah enjoys the controllingness of it all. So she's telling him she tells him, do what you got to do, but I'm watching. So he starts laughing, and then he tells her that she's cute, and then he says that she's actually scary. Then he says that he was joking. I don't think he was joking about any of that he said. I think he meant all of it. Okay. She realizes that she can't be a bitch and says mean things. And she said, I realize I can be a bitch and I say mean things sometimes. You think? I'm sick of her. So Ace and Shelly chat, and he tells her that he's still open to exploring their connection, but I gotta let you in on a little secret. right? I gotta let you know that I had to sit down with Iris, and I really like the conversation between me and Iris, and I kind of want to explore that too. So Shelly looking like, nigga, what? Nigga, who? What the fuck going on? You what? Here you are putting yet another obstacle in between the both of us because you over here trying to explore Iris. It's really. So she's pissed about it, and I feel like she should be, right? She says now she's at a place where she feels like she needs to take a step back because he's always trying to explore every new connection that comes in. And let me tell y'all, I'm kind of with Shelly on this a bit because I'm like, as much as I want her to relinquish Austin of his duties and send him on his way, at the same time, I'm like, nah, stay with Austin because I do feel like Ace is not to be trusted. As much as I want to see this situation happen between the two of them, he's going to always remain open. And I don't know what it's going to take at some point in this show for him to have a turning point, for him to be interested in solely and wanting to close things off with Shelly. I don't know what that's going to take, but Ace is here for the entire and the full experience. And for me, I just think that it's never going to be fair to Shelly. So she might be stuck in this friendship coupling with Austin until Casa Amor. Whew, girl, Lord have mercy. And Austin is so awkward, honestly. No disrespect to him and others like him, but I want him gone too. Not even just because of the repost or whatever. He just doesn't fit. To me. Anywho, so Shelly goes and tells Olene, she's like, oh girl, I forgot to tell you about your boy Ace. And she's like, girl, what he had did? Girl, this motherfucker gonna me talk about how he interested in our connection, but also interested in the connection with Iris. Okay? Like what kind of shit? And Olene, like, bitch, no, he didn't. So she just looking at him. Okay. Next thing you know, we see Huda and Jeremiah. If they couldn't piss me off anymore, they did at that moment. And what they did was something that's very natural for a lot of human beings that share the bed with each other and are very attracted to each other, right? He's whispering to her, telling her she could do whatever she wants to do until the lights go out. I guess the foreplay of it all, right? The lights go out. We hear some breathing. We heard breathing before the lights went out. Then we see her climb on top of him. I said, oh, these motherfuckers is hatching. Now, granted, no, we're not really surprised because they've done that a lot. You know what I'm saying? In other seasons where people have shared the same bed and they got their little fill on and they got their little hunch on, child, that's what they do. But I'm just at a place, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, that it does not matter what Huda does, I'm gonna be irritated by it. Okay, I am going to be irritated by anything she does. Like she is just, I just don't like Huda for real. I don't like. Anywho, like up the video. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I'm not featuring her. So the next morning, Ace still sleeping in soul ties. First things first, and then he gonna wake his ass up and bring some breakfast to only Iris. Now, I don't know if Shelly was actually looking at Ace the way she was looking. I feel like they used that edit in there for that particular spot to make it seem like she was watching him, but I don't think that she was. However, that's some baby Olandria side. I don't like, bitch, you see this? Like, the communication without having to say anything out your mouth is everything. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Now, maybe he did bring Shelly some breakfast and we just didn't see it. But ain't that something? I guess. So Huda says, oh, I really wish I could tell you guys something. I really wish I could tell you guys something. And they like, what? Girl, just say it. Because I already know. Because I had heard y'all anyway. So what y'all having sex? And she was like, yeah, like low key, something like that. I'm like, but you ain't one that low key about that. The room, girl, the beds ain't but so far apart. Okay? The beds ain't but so far apart. The people understand the difference between breathing when you sleeping and breathing when you hunching. And the people knew y'all was down there hunching on their end, okay? They knew y'all was down there getting it in. While you talking about, I gotta tell y'all something, I gotta tell you. Girl, they heard it. They heard it. Period. Like, what you anywho, and it's giving high key, not low. Anywho, so she says that, I won't say when and I won't say where, but it happened. And it's killing me with the fact that she really think these folk didn't hear her. But okay, they know when and where, girl. They was just not gonna say nothing. They was gonna let you tell it. So Jeremiah does bring her some breakfast, and y'all, she says it again. She kisses all on that man. I mean, hey, they in the coupling. The man gets ready to walk off. She tells this man, I love you, bye. At this point, Huda, baby, you mean what you say when you say it. Yes, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You mean you might just stand in that. Just stand in a week two. Week two. Maybe it feels like 4 weeks to you because you literally are there 24 hours out of every day. So maybe it just seems like you've known him longer. Maybe you feel like you've been in there for a month or two. I don't know, but just stand in that, okay? Um Anywho, I wasn't sure why Hannah that night was acting a little funny with Charlie, because Charlie was having that conversation with old girl, but I didn't know what she was talking about at first until the next day. The next day came, and then I realized why she was acting funny, and then she tried to say that he was being petty. She felt like he was interacting with and entertaining Iris because she was entertaining old boy. And it's like, girl, if you're about to turn your head, he has every right to kind of keep his options open. And I don't think the conversation was that big of a deal. You act like they had a conversation in private. Like they're just literally talking about anything right there and everybody be in the room talking. So you kind of giving me a little piece of Huda vibes as well, okay? And so yeah, she pulls on for a chat or whatever like that, and she kind of yeah, so yeah, they talked or whatever, and she pulled him for a chat. They had a whole conversation, and I just didn't like the conversation because I was like, girl, you literally was up here straddling somebody and kissing them while you sitting up here telling this man that you don't want to have an ego war or whatever the case it is with. I was like, just shut up, please. Just shut up, Hannah. So Iris and Charlie, so they're chatting, and Hannah talks, hold on, let me see. Oh, she was talking to Taylor, and she was like, Taylor, I'm about to crash the fuck out. I'm about to crash the fuck out. And I'm like, calm down. Because that man could have really crashed out and he didn't. And you guys are still open and exploring. Like, you really need to chill out. I don't really like when people come on the show and they do what they want to do, but when the other person do it, it's a problem. All right. So, anywho, she doesn't like that he pulled Iris for a chat and tries to say that she didn't pull Pepe for a chat. He pulled her. So I'm like, but y'all both, you still went for a chat though. You let that man pull you for a chat, and then you pulled yourself on top of him and got the kissing and not licking and all of that. Like, Hannah, just sit back. Um, Anywho, let's get to Olandria and Taylor. Okay. So he asked her how she feel about Jalen, and she says she likes him and how he approaches her. But she says that they both handle her very differently. Like, Jalen is so freely giving her compliments and letting her know how attracted to her he is. Whereas Taylor doesn't really do that. She says she guess he was focused on other things or whatever. But she says that she does kind of like that pace with him because she can be a little slow when it comes to stuff. So, all is well. But Taylor is like, do I got something I need to be worried about? Do I need to take this man out while he sleep? Like, what's really going on? Okay. So I thought that was funny. But he says he's going to step his game up. He started trying to write their name, their initials in the sand chart and whatever else. But baby, Taylor, you was losing this one. I was so glad America was choosing. I said, little do y'all know, baby, we is choosing what the hell finna go down. And when I tell you, I cannot wait to see what you just got to say. I cannot wait for it. Let's get to Hannah and Charlie. So Hannah says that she thinks she handled last night really well. Anywho, and that's when she says that she didn't want him chatting in her face, talking to another. And I'm like, what are we doing here? She says she's cool with him talking to other people, but she don't want to be in no ego war with him or nothing. And Charlie says that they were having an honest conversation. And he said, I can't believe that you trying to come at me knowing what it is that you did the other night. I said, come on now. Come on with the makeup session, because that's exactly what she was over there doing. So she doesn't want him exploring anybody in her face. And I just think that's stupid. I think that's unreasonable. And that's just what it is. All right. She's acting about as crazy as Miss Huda. So we get Nick. Nick got a text, so it's time for them to play this game called Got Wood. All right. Before we get into that game, I did have a super chat that I want to get into. Thank you so much, Becky, for the super chat. Love you and your channel so much. Thank you. Love you back. Thank you. She says, I'm upset how this episode ended. Wish Huda had gone home, child. Okay. I was so sad seeing Hannah cry that hard over Charlie leaving. Thank you so much for the super chat. Listen, I was a bit surprised to see Hannah crying as hard as she did. I was a bit surprised based on the fact that she was kind of grinning when she found out who she was gonna be coupled up with. So when she started doing all that heavy crying, I'm like, oh, she crying hard. Like, Girl, I felt like you could pack your bags if you want to. You could pull a stunt like KK did 2 seasons ago, season 5. You could pack your bags and go with him if you want to. I wouldn't necessarily miss her. Okay, pack your bags. Okay, um, thank you for the super chat, Becky. Let's see. So, got wood game. Okay, this was an interesting game, but we're gonna run through it. So Austin sprays Jeremiah, okay, because he felt like he needs to be axed from the villa. Now, wait. Okay, no, okay, yeah, Austin. Okay, Austin, what is your issue with Jeremiah that you want him axed from the villa? I would have thought he would have chose Ace, considering the fact that he's forced to be in this throupling with this man. But he chose Jeremiah. Jeremiah, I don't know what you do to the guys, but I don't think the guys like you outside of Nick. And the way Nick was handling, I don't know if Nick like you for real either. But anywho, then he goes in the shared house with Olandria. Baby, they kept pulling my girl in. They kept pulling my girl Olandria in, and I was here for it. Taylor says Ace seems bored in his couple. Everybody knows that. Then he goes in the house with Sierra. Okay. Um, I think Sierra and Taylor were the only ones that did not kiss. I think they made some sounds and made it shake or did whatever they wanted to do in there. So then Nick says Ace is pining for someone else. Then goes in the cabin with Olandria. Okay. Nick has been waiting all his life. And can I say, I feel like some of us been waiting too. I kind of wanted them, but now it may be too late because Jalen is there. But Nick should have explored that more with Olandria. And I don't know why he didn't. Maybe out of respect for Taylor. It's too much respect in the beginning. Okay. Y'all got too much respect in the beginning. But the way that Nick was over there kissing her down, and he was like, I think she's sexy. I love kissing her. This, that, and that. I was like, oh, okay. I like it. Hate we couldn't see what it really could be. But okay. So Jeremiah says that Ace has no splinter of hope in his coupling, right? So this is where I believe Amaya was like, oh yeah, they keep mentioning me. I'm like, school back, girl. Ain't nobody really mentioning you for real, for real. They're mentioning Ace, okay? You're not really the focal point. It's more so Ace, okay? Scoot back. But Ace chose Sierra to chip the wood with him. And Miss Shelley over there looking like, no, he did. Or at least get his wood wet. Whichever one it was, she kind of gave him a side eye. And I'm like, Shelly, this the dude you like now. This the dude you like. So I don't know what to tell you. So anywho, yeah, so Jeremiah, yeah, no, let me go back. I'm wrong. I'm thinking about when Ace chose Iris to get the wood wet. But when it came to Jeremiah getting Ace wet, when he chose Ace chose Sierra to do the little, slap her butt on his chest type thing. And that's when Huda says, oh, I already knew that. Huda, you swear you be knowing stuff, but you don't know why America voted the way that we did. You swear you be knowing, but you really don't, okay? Olandria and Jeremiah really kissed, okay? So he got in there. He pulled the beaver for Olandria. And baby, listen, did y'all see that kiss that Jeremiah gave Olandria? Girl, I think that kiss was hotter than Nick's. Jeremiah did kind of act like I've been waiting a minute to do this, to be free. And you got Huda, which I felt like was really unfair. She's stepping out of line, trying to peek in the door and look and just look. And I'm just like, can you stay on your square? Can you stay on your square? But at the same time, I'm like, good. You went looking for something and you found it. And you found your boy. And I'm talking about in it, okay? You found your man in it with Olandria. I loved it, dog. But that's what you get. And she over there looking at people like, oh my God, they're really kissing. They're really, oh my, he's really, yeah, girl, that's what they supposed to do. They ain't there getting it down. I love it. Keep it going. Keep it going now. Keep it going. Jalen says that Jeremiah needs to branch out from his coupling. And then he goes into the house with Amaya. That kiss wasn't really there. Okay, for me, but it seemed like Amaya enjoyed it. Pepe says Austin has no chemistry with his partner, and Pepe did not lie. Then he goes into the house with Iris. All right, Charlie thinks Pepe is the stiffest competition that he has, and then he enters the house with, I can't remember who he entered the house with. I think it was it Sierra? I think it was Sierra. Um, so I think that was the overall competition of it all. It wasn't any other highlights that I cared to mention about it, but it was a cute little competition thing. And the biggest highlight was my girl Olandria getting to kiss all the boys all over again. Okay. When the girls get back, they're all sitting around, and of course they ask Huda, was she surprised about the kiss with Jeremiah? And she says that she was surprised that they kissed, but she also says that she didn't really care. But then at the same time says that she didn't want to see him kissing another woman. So I don't know. She'll pick one of these days. Anywho, when it comes to the guys, Nick says he wasn't expecting Jeremiah to go in on Olandria. Jeremiah says that he wants everybody to know that he's there to play. So he had to change it up just a little because he want everybody to know he there to play the game, right? So Nick asks if he thinks it's weird when Huda reacts. He says, she kind of crashes out. You don't think it's over the top? Jeremiah's like, I mean, I don't really control what it is that she does. Like, no, but I'm just saying, no, ask your question. Should he ask the question, Jeremiah, if you're going to shut him down anyway because you don't control what she do? So Nick says, but I'm saying, the overprotectiveness, do you think that's going to be an issue outside of the villa? And Jeremiah says that, he think they'll have the trust that they need by the time they get out the villa, if they make it out the villa, to where everything is cool. He feels like because he's had long distance relationships and he was able to go and do and all of that, he feels like he'll be fine when it comes to Huda. And I'm like, Huda a different breed. Huda is a different breed, okay? She already asked you for your location. So if you think that you're going to be able to really hang out with your boys like that, it's not giving that with Huda, because Huda needs to know, hey, I was looking at your location and I saw that you spent like 30 minutes over here. What were you doing over there? Oh, okay. But you were 2 hours over here. What was that? Like, you think she treats you like a child now? Wait till y'all out this villa and you really in a relationship with her, and she sees how big both of y'all platforms have blown up, and she can imagine if all the dudes are in her DMs, how many women are in yours. Like, she's gonna be she gonna be in town crash out for sure. Definitely going to be on that level. And I really don't think Jeremiah is going to be able to handle it. In my personal, I really feel like, first of all, they're not going to win this competition. Jeremiah and Huda's not winning, period. So anybody that's Team Huda, you could be Team Huda all day long. They're not going to win. Okay. I feel like they're playing this game all wrong, and I think that they be saying stuff that they think other folks. I don't know if they think it's what America wants to hear or what they think other folks want to hear, or they just want to continue to paint their relationship out to be so great to the other couples, which is why she sat up there and said, no, you don't ever talk about our problems with anybody. And then when they did the whole pucker or pie, and they said which one of these guys, I can't remember what the question was, but she pied Ace when she said, I don't know. I cannot remember what that question was, but it was an obvious question that was about Jeremiah. And she was like, I don't know. And she just chose to pie Ace. So she gonna let y'all continue to think that they have the best coupling in the house. And it's like, I don't know why, because girl, we get to choose who finna win. Y'all not finna win. We already trying to get you up out the house the second week. Y'all not winning. The only way y'all will win is if y'all are up against some people that we absolutely cannot stand. But it's not going to happen. So anywho, Ace, you could tell whenever Jeremiah gets to talking, Ace be over there looking at him like, I don't give a this man is a liar. But y'all know they're supposed to be getting into it come next episode. Baby. And see, that's the only reason why I'm glad Huda stayed just a little bit, because the way she finna be so pissed off with people that voted for her, because I think it was Nick and Ace, baby, and that's gonna bring some more friction with Jeremiah. The only part that makes me hate this is the fact that Jeremiah and Huda are going to feel like they need to stand together even more now. But shout out to Olandria, because she says, no, if America is making that type of decision, then they're obviously seeing something that we're not. Okay? So if y'all want to bring out the tweets, okay? If y'all want to bring out the tweets, y'all can bring out the tweets and really let them know. However, if y'all don't, that's cool. Get them a few more weeks or another week and then bring out the tweets. But I love how they incorporated America having a say-so on what's happening in the villa a little bit, even though they haven't shared, how we really feel and what we think about them. So for the people that's new for Love Island USA, They gonna let the people know how we feeling based on tweets and comments and things that are out there. They're gonna find out. But I like that they did this little subtle gesture, and it had my girl Huda shook up, and I love it. But y'all gotta let me know how y'all felt about Jeremiah's face when this recoupling was happening. I couldn't fully read it. I read it for what I wanted it to be. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. So let's get to Olandria and Jalen. Of course, they chat. He asked her about Taylor. She says they're good. He says, may the best man win. I said, I know that's right. So he thinks she's still on Taylor, right? He says, I know I didn't get my kiss when we were there. You had a lot going on. A lot of guys were pulling you. So I didn't want to be that person putting you through that again. So is it okay if I get a quick kiss now? So she kissed him and moved on about her business. Okay. I said, all right. Okay. I'm here for it. Don't piss me off, Jalen. Don't piss me off, okay? We room for you just a little piece. But don't piss us off. So Pepe and Hannah talk, and she says her and Charlie have a good connection, but she hasn't explored anything before. So she wants to continue to get to know him because she's been with Charlie since she entered into the villa. So she owes it to herself to get to know somebody else, okay? Hannah, all that crying you was doing, girl, you are the reason you're here. Charlie and Amaya. So he approaches Amaya. Y'all, when I tell you Charlie was getting so desperate. I kind of felt bad for Charlie, y'all. I'm not like just a little bit. Like, dang, this man getting so desperate. This man went to Amaya. First, he pulled what's her name? Iris for a chat. That you could say that one really. Iris didn't seem like she was interested at all in that conversation, but forced to have it in a sense. But he goes to Amaya, and I think he assumed that Amaya was just as desperate as he is because of her coupling with Ace. Let me reroute. Let me go talk to Amaya and see if I could get Amaya to, lock in with me. And Amaya was like, no. She says, you're great, but me and Hannah are super close, and I do not feel comfortable. Okay. Charlie says she's probably upstairs making out with Pepe. I said, baby, you better know your girl. You better know that. You better know that one. If you don't know Nana, you better know Hannah. Okay, because lip locking, okay, is what she was doing up there. Amaya thinks he's being impulsive. Yeah, he is. He's being impulsive. He's being desperate. Absolutely. He sees his time dwindling down. Literally, yeah. So Amaya says that she doesn't want to betray her friend. Okay, I don't want to do anything to her that I won't want somebody else to do to me. And you know what? I can't even be mad at Amaya for saying that because I would have dug in at. I'm not gonna hold you the way you sat up there and snapped out on my girl, Shelly, all because of how Ace was treating you, and then you would have probably went behind your friend back to get to know her man. Just a little piece, okay? So I probably would have got Amaya together just a bit, but at the same time, it's a situation where everybody is really here for themselves. For real, for real. Y'all over here coming up here talking about some best friends and close friends and super close and all that, like, girl, you know? But I have to respect it. It is what it is. So Amaya says she probably isn't no, she says she's not going to change her moral compass for anybody because she wouldn't want to do to a friend, she wouldn't want to do what something like that, and that person do it to her or whatever the case was, right? So she's crying, she's boohooing crying, she's crying real bad. And Amaya tells Hannah about Charlie and how he wanted to explore her or whatever. And I believe that Hannah tells her that if she was interested in Charlie, she said she wouldn't have even bothered her because she loves Amaya. What? Why do y'all say stuff y'all don't mean? If Amaya was interested in Charlie and she explored that, you mean to tell me that you wouldn't have said nothing when you literally just sat up here and the man was having a simple conversation about animals in front of you and you over here telling Taylor that you about to crash out because he pulled her for a chat? And you want me to believe that it's going to be sunshine and roses if he was over there pursuing Amaya? No, ma'am. Yeah, that's a dangerous. He gonna have to watch her in and out of the villa. Cause Hannah, that's a dangerous one for me. So Taylor and Olandria talk, and she tells him about the kiss that she and Jalen shared, and she says something about how she likes her mind to be stimulated first, before going into the physical, and that's what she likes about their relationship. And so Hannah says to, I think she was talking to Amaya when she said her and Pepe, He's a fun guy, but what she has with Charlie is more meaningful. And at some point, they do have that conversation, and she and Charlie are good. But I have to say, I put in all caps, I don't care. My note says Charlie and Hannah, I don't care. Okay, she's saying she want the man. All right, too bad y'all gonna be torn apart because he gonna be leaving. I knew it. I knew he was gonna be getting the hell out. Um, I don't get Iris and Ace. Okay, Jeremiah and Huda. Huda says that she didn't want to see him kissing a girl. She went out the way. Um, she said she didn't want to see him kissing a girl. I feel like she went out her way to see it. So y'all, the best time of the night was seeing Ariana walk in. I said, finally, 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 girl. It took you all fucking day to get here. Okay, let's go. So now it's time. All right. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and like up the video. Okay. This is our favorite part of the episode. And I have to say to Love Island, thank you guys. I understand this episode was like an hour and a half long, and I really appreciate that because I will take an hour and a half long video versus a cliffhanger. Don't give me no cliff. Yes, the cliffhanger needs to be the aftermath, okay? Before Charlie goes and package. Yes, let's see what happens after that, okay? So anywho, she tells them, like, listen, y'all, we got a recoupling tonight. And with this recoupling that's going to be happening tonight, it's going to be very different than what we've ever done before, okay? This time, America chose, all right? She says America gets to choose who the bombshells couple up with. So if we can have these three bombshells come and stand right up here, I'll let you guys know exactly who America chose. Loved it. They stand up there, and I already knew because it was exactly what I voted for. And I now kind of hate that I voted for Hannah. So, anywho, Jalen, Olandria. I was so happy, y'all. The way Taylor's face was like, I feel like Taylor knew. I feel like Taylor knew when she told them to go sit next to the person that was chosen for them, and the way those folks had to scoot the hell over. Whew. And I'm like, why you just didn't tell them to swap places? Why you wanted them to feel the uncomfortableness of the other person's skin being next to them? Like, why they had to feel that right next to them? It was a split minute or however long that Taylor had to sit right next to Jalen, so uncomfortable, before she says, I'm sorry, Taylor had to sit next to Jalen. She says, Taylor, you are now single and vulnerable, okay? Come to the front. I said, that is too funny to me. Now, can I say I felt bad a little bit for Taylor, y'all? I did, just a little piece. I was like, dang, y'all, we hurt Taylor. We hurt Taylor. So Jalen says, I feel good. She said, how do you feel? He says, I feel good. I ain't mean for it to happen this way, but it happens. Asked Olandra, she said, I'm really excited to explore this connection. I'm just really happy about it. Taylor, he's like, I'm a little hurt. It's one thing for her to make the decision before America to do it. Damn. I felt bad, but it was funny at the same time, too. It's like, oh, damn, with a little chuckle. Like, it do hurt. But does it hurt worse that we chose? Because I feel like it would have hurt you more if she chose. We actually did you a favor a little bit. Be mad at us. Don't be mad at her. We chose that for her. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. I don't think they ever gave us the opportunity to choose who the bombshells were going to be coupled up with. Like, y'all listening to y'all people. Okay. Y'all listening to us. We appreciate it. So, now next time y'all need to let us choose which bombshells are going to enter the villa, not just who they finna partner up with. Okay. Because some of these people, it's like a minute. Okay. It wasn't until Charlie started getting that little fuzz around there that we was like, okay, Charlie, we see you. Keep your beard. Keep that. Okay. So you need to let us choose on first glance. Give us the next two guys and girls and put them on the app and let us vote. And then we'll let y'all know what we want to do. Okay. Thank you so much. What else is going on? So, we got them out the way. Now it's time for Pepe. We all knew it was going to be Hannah. So she's happy, but she's acting like she's so disappointed Like the way she's holding her face, but she's biting her lip because she's also trying not to bust out laughing. Not you went from about to bust out laughing to bust out crying. Yeah. Yeah. You reasons. The reason that we here. Because you crawled your ass on top of that man and gave that man all them lips and stuff. Okay? That's why, hey, you probably wouldn't have even been no option had you not been entertaining him like that. But that's what you wanted, and that is exactly what you got, boo. Nah. So Pepe is happy, He like, I'm happy. It's messed up how happy, but I'm cool. Like, oops. So Hannah's like, I'm just surprised. I'm just really surprised. I didn't know all of this was happening tonight. Like, I'm just really, wow, I'm just surprised. Charlie hurt, baby. Charlie getting the pace, and Charlie don't know what to do. Charlie is sick. Sick about it. Let's get to Iris. Baby, did y'all see Ace? Ace wanted it to be him so bad. And I'm like, sit back, young man. Sit back. Sit back and cross your ankles because it's not finna be you. Okay? Baby, I felt like that pause was an eternity. I said, girl, if you do not hurry up and let this out, and I wanted to fast forward, but I said, I gotta ride it out because I don't want to get too far. Let me just hurry up, okay? So she finally got out and she said Jeremiah, and I was worried because I know a lot of us voted for Jeremiah, but there were quite a few people that actually voted for Ace. So I was like, dang, like who is it gonna be, Lord? And child, it was Jeremiah. And everybody was like, what? It was so fucking funny. It was so fucking funny. It was fun. I think in that moment, Huda could have said, what the fuck? I don't remember what she said, but she said some stuff, okay? And Jeremiah didn't know what to do. He was kind of taken aback. He was disappointed, but I don't know if I kind of feel like he was acting at the same time. Am I the only person that felt like that? I got to see what the chat's saying. I feel like he could have been acting just a little bit. I guess time will tell how he really felt. I mean, I know he didn't put his arm around Iris. I think Iris was cringing on the inside because I don't think she wants that uncomfortable coupling. I told y'all yesterday, or well, maybe it was Friday when Iris said that Ace has exactly what she's looking for. I said, yeah, he has not been coupled up with somebody that he actually likes. Nick is coupled up with Sierra, a person he really likes, right? Jeremiah coupled up with Huda, a person he really likes. So it's not like she has to enter and break up a coupling, right? Because Ace not really feeling Amaya. So that's what I feel like. That's what I think she was saying when she said that, because it's easier to choose Ace versus impeding and intruding on what somebody else got going on. So she did kind of feel, look a bit uncomfortable at that moment. Baby, when I tell y'all, Huda was pissed. Do I have a screenshot of Huda's face? Do I have one? Oh no, I don't. Child, Huda was looking saucy. She was so mad. She was so confused. She was pissed the hell off. And I was like, I hope her ass is out of here. Baby, let me tell y'all the reasons why they can't let Ace go. When everybody was shocked and Olandria said, oh my God, girl, they messy as fuck. I'm like, this is some messy shit here, okay? Everybody's just confused, like, oh, not mom and dad. Oh my God, right? Huda was pissed. Ace bust out laughing. It did not take him a quick before he bust out laughing. I said, and this right here is the reason why Ace will not be going anywhere. You hear me? Ace is not going. No way. He's not going nowhere no time soon. Whether we like him or not. But baby, that laugh he gave, I was laughing too. I was laughing right along with him. So she is so mad, saying it makes no sense. And she had to get up, y'all. Miss Girl had to get up and let my girl Iris sit down. Jeremiah didn't put his arm around Iris or nothing because he didn't want old girl to cuss him the hell out. Okay, so he had to just let it be whatever it is. And then Jeremiah said something like he gonna miss waking up to Huda every morning. And said, boy, stop, shut up. You gonna see her. And y'all better not go sleep in soul ties together. Okay, you gonna see that girl. Damn. Anywho, so Huda felt fucked. Okay? She's like, well, Huda, you are now single and vulnerable. Come to the front. Baby, she stood at the front. How are you feeling? I feel fucked. You feel fucked? Yeah. Why? Why do you think America has you feeling fucked? Like, why do you think they voted like that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought we had the best connection here, but I feel like they voted for Iris because they saw that she had some interest in Jeremiah. No, Bookie butt. That's not the only reason. Even I feel like even if she didn't have no damn interest in the man, she couldn't have said his damn name. Okay? We was gonna put that man with that woman. Okay? Cause as much as Ace may get on our nerves, a lot of us think like Ace. Like, girl, it's just the first, second week. Y'all need to split up. Y'all acting like y'all been together about 6 months. Split up for a second. Damn, let him breathe. Yeah. Heifer. So, anywho, when she was over there talking and saying she thought they had the best connection in here and doing all this and that, did y'all catch how Ace was looking sideways? Baby, the camera crew is so disrespectful and I love it. Ace was listening to her like this. Ace was like, his face scrunched up, but when he looked to the side, they panned to fucking Amaya. And I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So are you making this face because you're trying to figure out why the hell Amaya crying so much? Or are you making this face because Huda don't make no damn sense standing up there? Baby, I was on the floor. I was loving it. Okay. Ariana says one of them will be going home. And it's not up to America. It's going to be up to you guys. Everyone that has not recoupled with a new person will have to make the decision on who they would like to see go home with tonight. I was like, come on, Ariana, come on. So Amaya crying. We don't want to do it. We don't want to know. I said, girl, shut up. Send her home. Girl, you weren't even here on the first day. Okay, you ain't even a day one. Okay, but anywho, girl, you over here crying like that. Girl, relax. Relax. Okay, damn, you act like somebody done killed your dog or something. No, ma'am. Relax, okay? So Charlie, this whole shit was a crack. This whole thing was a crack up moment. I thought Charlie was stepping to the front. I thought Charlie was gonna eliminate himself. Charlie was like, I got some things I want to say. I got some things I want to say. No, Charlie, sit down. Charlie, shut up. Charlie, no, not right now. Charlie, no. Charlie, stop it. Baby, when I tell you the crying, Charlie, shut up. I was like, what? Charlie's like, listen, me and Hannah just had a conversation and everything was going great. We really confided in each other and, we really were connecting and life was going great. And I really want the opportunity, to explore that a little bit more. And I just want you guys to take all of that into consideration. Baby. Charlie, no. They didn't take any of that into consideration, baby. Not for real. I hate it for you, but they didn't, okay? So, all the ladies crying. All the ladies are crying. I don't think it was a single. Yeah, everybody. I think all the ladies were crying. Everybody was crying. So Sierra stands up. Sierra stands up, and she gave her spiel. I don't even know what she said. I just wrote who she chose. She says, "The guy I'm choosing to dump from the island tonight is Charlie." Baby, I was like, I figured, makes sense. It's cool. Nick got up there. Nick gave his whole spiel. The person I would like to dump from the island tonight, the person is Huda. Baby, you talking about somebody up here like, what the fuck? I was in here going crazy trying not to wake my baby up. Okay, my husband looking like, girl, are you okay? No, I'm not. And they not either. Okay, they not okay either. Okay, because Nick done set it off in this mother. Set it up. I was like, come on. I thought you was gonna keep it safe and vote out Charlie out of respect for Jeremiah when your bestie is Jeremiah. I thought you were gonna keep Huda in and get rid of Charlie, and you're also close with Taylor. No. Nick chose violence. I said, set it off in this motherfucker. Said it. Let's go. Yeah. Let her see how y'all really feel. So then Austin gets up there. The guy, the person, I would like to see home from the villa. Uh, Taylor. And let me tell y'all, the reason he did that was because he was trying to even out the votes. He was trying to even out the votes. We knew he wasn't going to vote for Charlie. He didn't want Jeremiah being mad at him. So let me just go ahead and throw it out there on Taylor so everybody can have one. So then what we get, Shelly gets up there. And I said, now I don't know if Shelly finna pick Charlie. I don't know. I'm like, she just saying this man face gave this man hope and all this and that. Baby, Shelly said, the person I want to send home from the island. Charlie, I'm sorry, Charlie. I love you, Charlie. Charlie, I'm sorry, Charlie. I love you, Charlie. I'm like, Charlie, baby, you're going home. This whole time you shouldn't be worried, and you worry like you're going home. And I feel like every time a person said Charlie's name, the more tears fell from old girl's eyes because she started seeing just how really was getting Miss Hannah. Okay, now had you stayed locked in on your man, but you know what? Really, it probably wouldn't have mattered if you would have stayed locked in on your man. It may have made the decision a bit more difficult, but Charlie probably still would have been the one going home. Because, well, no. Let me change that. It could have been potentially Nick. And if Nick was standing up there, Taylor would have been, no, Huda would have been gone. If Nick was standing up there and Huda probably would have been gone potentially. She probably would have been gone. But anywho, what else we got? So then Ace, baby, Ace stood up there, gave his whole spiel. I hate he kind of gave it away with his speech, but we already kind of knew who he was gonna vote for. Okay, we knew he was gonna vote for Huda. He was like, this person coming in, they ain't really trying to explore. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in this, that, and the other. So you know what I'm saying? When it come down to it, he said that one key thing when Jeremiah was listening, and when I don't know what he said, and Jeremiah was like, yeah. It was given like, don't do it. You wouldn't dare do it. Are you gonna do it? Is he really gonna do it? For real? Okay. Child, he did. Oh no. That made me think about Kendrick's performance. Okay. You really about to do it? Okay. And he did. All right. He said Huda. I went crazy again in this month. I went crazy. It came to Amaya. Another confirmation that Charlie, I wanted to be so wrong, but Charlie, I knew it because she wasn't finna vote for Huda. She wasn't finna do that. It would have been crazy if she would have voted for Taylor because then I think everybody would have had 2-2-2, and then I wonder what they would have did for the tiebreaker. I wonder if she would have had the bombshells make a decision. Now that would have been crazy if everybody had 2, and the tiebreaker it would have definitely had to be between. I would say the bombshells. I wouldn't even given the cast a chance. The bombshells would have to let me know who all they decided. That would have been crazy. Ooh, girl. So, anywho, Charlie is gone. Hannah over there crying. Charlie's like, what do I do? Okay. Do I break the fourth wall? Like, what am I trying? I'm trying. Can I go hug her? Like, damn. Like, can I at least? Yeah, you can go do as you want. As long as you pack your bags afterwards. Thanks. He goes over there, hugs on her, and she just cries even harder. But it looks like Pepe was finna cry too. Oh, well, they done kicked Charlie off the island, y'all. Charlie is gone. America, I am very proud of us. Okay. Um, I don't know what else to say. I'm just really happy for us. I'm proud of us. We broke up a couple like we wanted to do. We wanted to free that man. Although we did not get her completely out of the house. I was here for it. Okay. I was definitely it was a great moment. I'm trying to let me go back to it because I will be watching this again tonight. Um just to see Huda's face again and get her reaction. Let me go right back to that part because I just want us to hear that part when they announce who.
Okay, that's messy as fuck. What the?
I loved it. Did y'all like that? I loved it. It was everything.
And finally, Iris, it's your turn.
Child. Thank you for the super chat, Becky.
Voted.
Thank you. I just want us to hear the what the fuck.
And the boy they want you to couple up with.
That's crazy. Baby, she took forever. I was like, girl, get to the point. Let's not take too long, love. Do y'all see this? She about to let the whole song play. Girl, come on.
Jeremiah.
What? Okay, that's messy as fuck. What the fuck?
Baby, she was mad. Reasons Ace is not going anywhere.
That's crazy.
Even Iris is laughing.
Bro, this is so fucked. I'm confused. What? I was not expecting that.
I don't know why. Y'all hurt Huda
Congratulations,
tonight.
Iris and Jeremiah. Iris, you can go take a seat next to Jeremiah.
Baby, y'all hurt Huda tonight. Y'all hurt Huda and y'all also hurt Taylor. The people were hurt tonight. And I was satisfied tonight. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I think Iris may be low-key screwed unless they bring in a bombshell for her. But even with that new bombshell that's gonna come in, I feel like she is going to be fighting for that bombshell with Amaya. And I do think when they let somebody go, I don't know why I feel like two girls are probably gonna go home in the next thing. Because we already got one girl to go, we got one guy to go. And usually it alternates, but I feel like we're probably gonna get two girls up out the house. Potentially. We shall see. I wonder if they're gonna do another recoupling this week for the rest of the couples. I would think so. I would think that they probably are. But we shall see. Somebody needs to tell her the truth about how she's acting. Somebody. Let's see. Huda was, she was really broken. I'm ready for tomorrow night's episode because I want to know how they feel really when they learn that clearly America is seeing something that they're not seeing. That's what I'm ready to see. Like, how are y'all gonna react to that? Thomas said, right, America, America, America. God bless America. I was like, no, baby, God bless you. Because the way America finna lay into your, I was just waiting on the name Jeremiah to come up. Crazy work. Whew. You think so? I don't think movie night is going to be as messy. I feel like movie night will be messy if Jeremiah actually does something. If Jeremiah does something I guess it would be between Jeremiah and Huda. They both would have to do something. But can I say this too? Unless Shelly finds something out. I'm just thinking about what could they possibly use at movie night, IDK. But Huda tells Jeremiah that he cannot share with other people when they're having issues. But my thing is, how do you know he wants you to tell other people that y'all actually smashed? Did you have that conversation with him? Because maybe he don't want them to know. Now, granted, I feel like everybody heard what they were doing in the bed. Right? But then maybe some people speculated what they could have been doing. Or maybe if they're on this end and somebody else is all the way on that end, maybe they weren't loud enough for everybody else on that end, potentially. But how do you know that's something that he would want you to say? And I just cringe at how much control he wants her to have over him. Like I don't like it. It's a mess, okay? The thing with Huda and Jeremiah is there's a balance you need between finding your person and still giving the experience and being open a fair shot, which they're not doing. Exactly, Nuclear. Exactly. They're not doing that. And that's why I'm like, y'all not winning this competition. Because she kind of hinted at that too. Because he said something earlier when they were talking about, did you do this to get to push me away or whatever. And I think he said whatever happened earlier shouldn't be this deep. And she was like, yeah, we talk about it and we work it out, to get to the end or do something, she said. To do what we need to do or something like that, she said. But she didn't necessarily say the game like he did. which means that they assume in their head that because we're the strongest couple here, right? They think that they're a shoe-in to win in the end and get all that money. That's what that is. And I'm glad that you guys are realizing that you're not. And I really hope when it comes down to the tweets and they start letting them know exactly how we feel, I don't want them holding back. I want them to literally, like, no, be honest. I'm sorry. Okay, I mean, maybe not too mean, but it is giving, share the meanest tweets, give our real thoughts, like let them know. They always have a cute way of bringing the tweets to the front, but I need Huda to know how much how annoying she has been, how much she smothers this man. I need certain things to be stated. I need Ace to know that I feel like he's playing on Shelly's top. Now, you can choose Shelly and still explore your options respectfully or whatever the case is. But don't be sitting up here playing with my girl. And then when it comes time for the recoupling, you about gonna choose somebody else. But I don't know, because Shelly, you piss me off too, because I understand that you want to be the one that's being chased, but I also feel like there's nothing wrong with, I mean, just saying like I'm with you, like I'm locked in on you. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with her just putting it out there, because I feel like she likes to take this safe road too, where she don't want to step on no toes. So I feel like when it comes to the recoupling, if the ladies choose, I feel like she's gonna choose Austin again versus choosing what it is that she wants out of fear or out of not wanting to step on the toes of Iris, because Iris likes him too. And I don't want Shelly to play like that. I want you, if you like Ace, to couple up with Ace and just get with him. But don't close yourself off to only Ace. When as Ace gets out there and get to know other people, you get out there and get to know all the new people that come in too. But the whole coupling that you got with Austin is so awkward. And Austin, you may be the next one going home, but I just be like, free this man, please. Um, free this man. Let's say I don't want her with Ace anymore. To be honest, I don't want her with Austin. So maybe they could send a bombshell or something in there for her, because I don't want her with Austin. I want Austin and Charlie to be on the outside doing interviews together. Okay. That's just what it is that I think. The thing is, Shelly ain't got many options either. Her only hope is them sending a Cinco um slash Ovi type that zeroes in on her like Jalen did or Landry. Yeah, that would be good. Or Wes. Like, we ain't get no Wes's in a minute. Like, Wes was a handsome young man, educated young man. I think he was a football player too. Where he went, Harvard, or did he go to Yale or something like that? He was fine. They ain't doing it like that. But these guys that came into the villa, they decent, they okay, they decent. You know, they decent, they cool for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else, and then I'm gonna get up out of here and let you guys, get back to rewatching the show or whatnot. Somebody said, no, really, Huda is crashing out still to this second. You know she giving that villa hell. If she won't even let them sleep while she hunches, okay? She finna raise something. But I gotta see what's gonna happen between Ace and Jeremiah. You know why I feel like they may have already had a blow up, and even if they have a blow up, I feel like they may not show us. Like, yeah, we're gonna see them have their thoughts back and forth, but I'm like, if they really like blow up, like somebody got to hold somebody back, I'm like, y'all gonna let us see that? I mean, it is on Peacock. It ain't on like the TV, like it's on Peacock. Like, we can see what's going on. If y'all could let her to call everybody that come in there a BITCH, then we can see a crash out between Ace and Jeremiah. Just a little piece, okay? And then I got to see the conversation that Jeremiah having with Nick, because this time you've been thinking that you have a close relationship with Nick, but Nick has been giving you subtle signs about your girl. Nick is seeing it how we as America are seeing it. Okay? Ace sees it with a little bit of jealousy, but I don't think Nick wants her to at all. He's seeing it on some like, nah, for real, homeboy, like this ain't making no sense. When he says she be withholding information, now she doing this overprotectiveness and stuff. Like Nick know what's going on. Now Nick could potentially win, him and his partner. If him and Sierra make it to the end and we like her, they may win. If my girl Olandria ain't there, those are the top that I see. Olandria and Nick, they at the top. But we shall see. But I just wanted to come give y'all a little piece. I know some people wanted me to go live and all of that. And I feel like this was a great episode for us to go live. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. You'll feel what I'm saying. I might come back and see if I can go live tomorrow. We'll see. It just really depends on how this episode flow. Britt says, now Ace and Nick, can we please stop harping on Jade and Huda? Like your voice, your opinion, and now can we stop beating a dead horse? Listen, we'll see if they'll stop. If she stop, we'll see. Because America may have and that's the other thing, right, that I'm thinking. If you got Nick and Ace coming to you telling you these things, and then now you got America reinforcing it because it's a reason we wanted y'all to separate, maybe fall back then. Because if Jeremiah and Huda don't get it, they don't want to get it. And they also won't be getting that first prize either. Okay, so just let them do what they gonna do. But they should feel good to know that America sees it how they see it. It's not making sense. Yeah, I really can see Huda and Jeremiah laid up in soul ties together. And you know, Jeremiah, I'm not gonna say you'll be a hypocrite, but it'll be interesting for you to say when you got in the woodwork place, kissing all up on Olandria, telling the guys you want them to know you in the game. First of all, we already knew you was in the game because it's all about the game for you, for real, for real. But you here to explore, right? That was your reasoning for saying it. Now it'll be messed up if you're now partnered with Iris. You're not trying to really get to know her, and then you find yourself right on back there with Huda. Let me tell y'all, Huda is not going to make this easy for him. She's not. I don't think that she is. I think she's going to stress him out while he's with old girl and make him feel some type of way that he's with her. For sure. I think she may even get it to a point where old girl just feels uncomfortable. Like she felt uncomfortable then. She kind of laughed like, oh my God. But then at the same time, when Huda was like, what the fuck? And she started looking away, the girl felt like really uncomfortable. Like, dang, like she did something wrong. And it's like, no, you didn't do anything wrong. You did nothing wrong. Right? But we'll see, y'all. We'll see. But I'm about to go and rewatch it again. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. Thank you so much for being here. You could have been anywhere. Shout out to the 600 people we had in the chat tonight. Okay? Shout out to y'all. Make sure you're subscribed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell them I preach to the choir. Stand on my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cash died at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like agents. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasted film. I can feel it pull